All right, guys. So today we are here working on a 2009 Buick Enclave. Customer states that they took this vehicle to the Buick dealership, and it sat there for about 2 weeks, and they believe that it could be an alternator. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to do an electric diag. Sorry, it is cold than a mother. It's cold today. Um, so we're going to be doing a battery starter and alternator test. But first, um, I am going to see if it starts, because right now we are having no start. So the battery is completely dead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my battery jumper on just to give it some boost, and we can go from there to get started. All right, so in these Buicks, the battery is not located underneath the hood. It is located behind the passenger seat. So we're going to go negative to negative and positive to positive. Like I said, that battery is completely dead. And it could be a combination of it just sitting here forever and also this cold weather that we're having here in Texas that we should not be having, but hey, it is what it is. Let me go ahead and see if it starts. All right, guys. So even after trying to uh, crank it on, it would not crank on. It is completely dead. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to get my battery alternator starter. I'm going to start with the battery, and we can move forward from there. All right, so we can see that the battery alternator starter tester is hooked up. All right, so now what I'm going to do, walk you guys through it. I'm going to do a outer vehicle. I'm going to hit accept. It is a 12 volt. This is going to be 770 ccas. So we're going to go to 770. All right, guys. So as you can see right here, these two symbols right here, I am testing the battery, uh, but the battery is completely dead. And how you know is one, it's not even showing up at the bottom for me to actually be able to execute it because it's not reading anything. And two, these symbols up there. All right. The battery is completely dead. So the first thing that we're going to have to do is, in order to even do a battery alternator and starter tester, we would have to replace the battery. Guys, it's super imperative because these go hand in hand. Think about it. It's like the human body, right? If you're so used to using your arms and then all of a sudden you broke that arm and then you try to go, now you have to compensate. So as far as these batteries and the cars go, the alternator, the starter, and the battery, they all work hand in hand. The starter starts the car. The battery helps starts the car. Once the car is on, the battery is just there, just chilling. It stops, and the alternator then kicks in. Well, if the alternator was suffering, like how the gentleman said it was, then it's going to kill the battery. You understand what I'm saying? And then if you let that linger on too much, then it will then go to the starter. So it's a chain reaction. Whenever there's an issue with one, you must immediately fix that one thing, or else everything else will suffer along. So before we can even go any further, this battery has to be replaced. So I am going to inform the customer that they definitely need a new battery, and then we'll go from there, and I'll update you guys on that. All right, guys. So I got some good news. Good news is the customer actually has another Buick that I'm actually going to be doing a separate diagnosis on. But seeing that they had the exact same issue, I was able to switch out their battery that has the exact same CCA for a battery in the other Buick Here's a good one. Here's a bad one, right? So, guys, it's cold. It's so cold. But what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to hook up that good battery into here so I can at least check out the starter and the alternator, because I've already tested this battery just to make sure that it was good. So let's go ahead and get that done. All right. I'm not hooking up the tie down. We're just going to be hooking up negative to negative and positive to positive. I just need to have a tight connection, that is all. Good. And let's hook up that negative. And also, we have to be extremely careful. You can hear car is working. Have to be extremely careful. We do not want. Actually, let me just do this by hand. I feel safer just doing that. I do not want spark, arcs, fried ECM. I just need it tight enough. I'm gonna do it hand tight, and then I'm gonna put it back on and just hit it down a little bit more. We do not play with that. All right, that's good enough. Let's go ahead and start up the car. All right, so you can obviously hear that door is just constantly, or the car is just pinging. So it is I'm gonna speed through this. It is 770 ccas on that good battery. We're gonna have all electrical off. Yep. We're gonna test the battery first. Yes. Ignition is off. We're gonna start it up. Okay, so the voltage on the starter is low. Ignore that battery, because I actually did test it out on the other Buick, but the starter is low. And let's continue to the alternator. Turn off all the fans. So now just turn off all the electrical applications. Everything is off. I'm going to continue. All right, let's go ahead and try to turn it. Okay, so the battery and the starter. If that starter does not work, it will not start your car, guys. And that is the issue. See right there, that starter. Obviously, we know he needs to replace that battery, so he would need to get a brand new battery. Because remember, I'm using that other battery from the other car, so he would definitely need to replace the battery and the starter. Those are going to be the first two things that he has to do. And like I said, it all goes down. When one suffers, the next is going to suffer, and then the next is going to suffer. So more than likely, but I'm not 100% sure because I cannot test it out at this exact moment. I'm betting that all three went bad, especially if it's been sitting here for months. But definite two will be the battery and the starter needs to be replaced. Yeah, I'm not even going to try anymore. I don't want to send fuel into the engine for no reason. So guys, so that will be the first diagnosis. First thing we're going to do is we're going to have to replace that battery and that starter. So I'll go ahead and let the customer know. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and work on the next car. If you guys enjoyed this content, like and follow for more car repairs.